from many years ago, we have like, you can get these very expensive coaches who fly in on their private jets, and then they fill you so much with your own testosterone, they send you out there onto that stage, tell you to keep your legs apart, and just give them wall-to-wall teeth. And with all this information, with all this training, I still go to all these conferences, and you see the CEO, he's standing there, he's doing a PowerPoint, and he does not realize that the audience is in a coma. Just because somebody's senior management doesn't mean they're not crazy. And if you see that, you might have to talk to him like you know what I mean? You don't know. You make your judgment too early, you're dead, or if you're sycophantic and they're powerful, they'll kill you. Yeah. So you really have to start judging what kind of meat have I got in front of me, and to see that maybe you've stopped listening.
Yeah. Me? Not yet.
Yeah. We were born to bond, okay? That's in our DNA. Reptiles eat their young. We don't do that one. We have cocktails. The minute we're born, we bond with our, whoever's taking care of you. Otherwise, we'd still be lying there in our own mess. The minute we hit the playground, you find your gang. This is so instinctive to us. So now here's the big question. What happens when you go into your office and put on the suit? Where does a human being go? We know so much calculus, strategies, whatever, but the one thing which is, what do you call it, heart, humanness, the flesh of you, for some reason we've lost touch. So when I first started interviewing, I'll just go back a little bit, I thought I was really, connecting with people, and then because I'm a control freak, I used to look at myself in the edit room, and I looked like an animal about to pounce, which is, I really wanted to make the sale. I wanted it to work. And I couldn't understand why nobody was collecting my home number. So gradually over the next 25 years, I had to learn to deconstruct how I came across to people, because my job was to make a connection in 10 minutes. And gradually, my own motivation was to turn the 10 minutes into 3 days. So that's when I considered myself a success. When Hugh Hefner would say, you have 10 minutes, and eventually I'd move into the Playboy Mansion. You'll probably want to know how I did this. And there's no mistaking when you've got someone, and this isn't manipulation, we can tell when we're being manipulated. This is like the juice of rapport.
The jargon around management and kind of innovation, all that sort of thing, do you think that's helpful? Do you think that kind of causes more problems?
I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
People say value. What does it mean? What are your values? My value is get as much money as you can and then have a good time. What does it mean? Do I really care about selling rubber bands? I just want to be happy, right? And that takes a lot of work. We weren't born happy, okay? So make me feel good. That's the only way we're happy, is if one guy makes you feel okay and that you matter. That's all we want on earth, really, more than money.
Brilliant. Well, if you give her a round of applause,
Thanks.
I'm sure she'll feel like she matters.